Oh, wow. Okie dokie then. A little bit of a mess, but that's all right. All right. Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining me here. Babylon from above. Bye. And today I'm doing one card pull with my Kuan Yin Goddess deck. And then after that, I'm trying to see if there's going to be a light language to come through, which I believe it is. And it was inspired by something that was done for me several months back. And the guidance that came out that um, give myself permission to be vulnerable with myself, and that in my softness and my vulnerability, that I embodied great strength and power. And I felt inspired to do this because I believe many of us, and I don't want to just say the African American culture. I refer to that because that's my most predominant reference personally. Excuse me. But think about this. I remember saying this on my journey long before I even became awakened, if you will, right? I remember saying, what's wrong? Like, I remember reflecting on myself, reflecting on my upbringing, reflecting on my culture that I had been exposed to. And I remember saying stuff like, what's wrong? Why are we so harsh? Why are we so angry? Why are we so mad? Why are we so um, uh, judgmental and bullying like kind of energy? And as I later, continued to reflect, I mean, I knew back then it had to have something to do with our roots. It had to have something to do with the Akashic records. And so basically, this is what I believe in my resonance, okay? Um, what happens is we're carrying all these energetic imprints. Every culture and nationality and ethnicity probably have their own set of traumatic, energetic imprints, if you will. And so I believe that the African American culture, due to some of the things we put ourselves through over time and time and time, that we've got this residual built up anger, residual built up aggression, residual built up um, resentment and bitterness and hatred of the self, of one another, oddly enough, and just life, because life felt harsh. Everything was harsh. Okay, hear me out. Everything was harsh, 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 harsh. Critical, critical, critical. Hard, hard, hard. Judgmental, judgmental, judgmental. Pushy, pushy, pushy. Demanding, demanding, demanding. Either you do that or you die. You know. So it is with my intention to get some guidance from Kuan Yin, Buddhist, ascended master. And, she's known for, and it's just energy, by the way. I mean, and this is something I've learned, and hopefully you get there on your path as well, that these archetypal individuals, they represent parts of us and energy and frequencies. And so Kuan Yin embodied that energy and frequency of softness. It's probably going to be a lot of throat activity, activation. Softness, compassion, gentle. And it's said that the carnatic version of her went through hell, but you have to do your own study of her as she lived in the human form. But as it is so with every story of an ascended master, okay? But it seems, in those times and that program and those choices that they made at that time. But she embodied that ability to be soft and still feel, not shut down the feelings, not be harsh with oneself to try to avoid feeling anything or looking at it as a weakness, because if you're soft, you're vulnerable, chances are then you're going to be hurt. Like she still embodied all of that. And the reason why I'm inspired to do this, because what I'm noticing is when I'm in my softer energy, when I allow that, what I notice is that everything feels softer. You know, it doesn't have that extreme polarization constantly happening. It doesn't have that harsh push, push, pull, pull. Everything feels softer, or an allowance rather than um, trying to push and bully or argue my way through something. What I'm noticing is when I just, and being soft is not saying we don't recognize what's happening or that we're passive. It's simply saying that we're just going to be in allowance, we're going to be in surrenderance, and we're going to make decisions from our place of empowerment with our softness and our vulnerability, right? So it is with my intention just to provide one card guidance reading and then a light language activation, okay? And I'm not sure if you guys hear, but I'm playing some meditative mind, um, 3 hours, extremely powerful heart chakra meditation music. And so it resonates with the frequency of 639 hertz, okay? So it's the center where we have the joy, love, happiness, compassion. Okay. It also allows us to feel. We feel our sorrow, our sadness, and our anger and lust, right? But also, when we get to the higher heart, unconditional, pure love, right? We're going to activate that today. When your heart chakra is in balance, and this is from Meditative Mind, when your heart chakra is in balance, you will feel a great compassion for yourself and all living creatures and will recognize their amazing intelligence. You will be kind to yourself and others, caring, understanding, joyous, outgoing, and feeling completely at ease with yourself and the people in your life. Excuse me, you guys. Yeah, we're must going to be releasing a lot of beliefs regarding this. You will understand others and accept them for who they are. You will not judge yourself or others or be critical of your actions or theirs. Spending time alone is something that you do not mind, and you are not rushing into one relationship after the other. In fact, you would rather wait for the right one to come to you because you know it will come to you when the time is right. It is the chakra of yang, or positive energy, connecting the lower chakras to the higher ones, and is very important in your spiritual healing and evolutionary development. When it is open fully, the heart chakra becomes what the Buddhists call Mahakaruna, a channel for universal compassion, our true self. It is here where we invite the infinite love to flow through us, allowing it to heal ourselves and others. The lesson of the heart is that we first must love and accept ourselves before we can fully and truly love others. Color associated, of course, is green. Sure, yeah, you guys probably can't see that because of the light, so I'm gonna let that go. Okay. All right. So I do have some aqua quartz, blue aura quartz, aqua lavender rose. Okay. And I recently did some research on this. Nope, can't see that. Probably not. So what I'm gonna do, sorry about the shaking there. If you're open to it, on my behalf and on your behalf, the frequency, energy of the essential oil of lavender and rose, the power of blue aura quartz to assist us with releasing and aligning, releasing to reveal, to receive accordance with our higher part, and to be open to the guidance that Quantum provide in terms of soft and vulnerability, being soft with the self, vulnerable with the self and others, and I might add in life, soft with life, okay, soft with life, vulnerable with life. All right, pure love, baby, just sending you pure love. Reiki. Okay. We set our intention to receive guidance according to the heart now to embody, to activate, embody, and maintain softness, the frequency of softness and vulnerability with ourselves, with others, and with life. Mm. Or, mm, softness and vulnerability. Softness and vulnerability. Softness and vulnerability. Ourselves, others, and life. Softness and vulnerability. Almost hard, softness, and softness, 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 this is softness. Bar number 15, 15 reduced into a 6, balance, ivory swan bodies. Ships, it's glad. All right, so let's see what Kuan has to say. All right, the ivory swan goddess speaks of spiritual grace and purity. The purity of your soul light never fades, beloved. Release guilt, shame, judgment, or fear that you are not enough in any way, so that you may realize your beauty. Be more of yourself and shine your divine essence into the world. Do not cast your eyes away from the perception of your own divine inner light, all its purity and radiance, beloved soul. You may find it easier to believe in the illusion of sins and unworthiness than in the truth of your spiritual innocence. Yet, just like the purity, beauty, and grace of the ivory swan goddess, your own soul is luminous, pure, and eternally graceful. You are being asked to recognize the divine energy within you without judgment, without holding yourself back from unconditional self acceptance and regard. It is time to accept your divinity in greater measure, to be present to the pure light within and not try to ignore it. Don't downplay it or worry that it is not enough. No matter what has happened in your life or what experiences or choices you have made, your soul light is as pure as the divine source itself, because essentially that is what it is. There is no need for spiritual shame or feelings of inadequacy. The light within all of us is exactly the same. We're just in different stages of realizing it. Kuan, Ivory Swan Goddess, wishes to bestow divine grace upon you, beloved souls, to assist your spiritual growth at this important time on your path. For this to occur, you must be willing and able to receive it. As you choose to let shame simply be a feeling and then let it go. As you choose not to empower judgment, condemnation, criticism of the self by you or by any other, you are walking the path of remembering the essential soul purity of all beings. This is a peaceful and a youthful path. You become capable of seeing the God and goddesses shining out at you in the most unlikely people, situations, and experiences. You are opening to receive the grace that beloved Kuan Yin wishes to share with you now to help you live more joyfully in such a state of spiritual remembrance. Allow her to bless you with her grace as you remember the spiritual purity of your own being. free from taint, judgment, or flaw. Say gently, loved Kanye, we are one. I am you, but you encounter betrayal, violation, abuse, and misunderstanding for a lifetime. Yet you ascended as a soul of pure light and deep compassion, a being of grace, an ivory swan goddess. I now ask that you witness this, witness me and my now, and what I need in the now and all nows, and help me open my heart to receive with grace, your grace. We love, find Him, Mother, peace, beauty, and compassion. The light in you is the very same light. Help me to be at peace with my eternal innocence and purity. Ivory Swan Goddess, please help me let go of all old beliefs and experiences of shame, self-condemnation, judgment that no longer serve in a benevolent way. I now honor and accept wholly the light in you, the very divine light in you. Om Padme Hum. Ivory Goddess. We have some pink Himalayan salt rocks over here, and these are so pretty for cleansing, for detoxing. So I'm just gonna hold it. Since the card broke down to 6, I'm gonna hold 6 pieces. 3 and I don't know if you guys can see it. Oops, the lighting. Sorry about that. You may not be able to. I don't really have the the technology just yet. All right. Give the attention to release, let go on an Akashic level, ancestral, all directions of time and space. Any and all frequencies, traumas, programs, patterns, beliefs that has created an inability to be soft, loving, and compassionate towards the self, towards others, towards life. Be released to receive. We are open and ready. In accordance with our highest heart and our highest wisdom, now moment and every now moment. May this be gentle. May it be thorough. May it be precise. May it be speedy. May it be continual in accordance to now moment. Kriya salamaya ta ajala salam. Shalamaya ko ono solala libele silarama ala ka shololo yalarama ala ashariya ka asalam. O yalalala masala la malala salam ayala. Soye ake isi eshikiti onolo oso oyalama ayata. Ke yalama shikata pro sala. Eya lama ka ayalama aso olo yeyarama. Yala Romoso Yakarusia Shakataya Rama Katoya Ratamano Shakataya Lama Ala Ashikaya Romo Olama Soya Lamaya Ololo Moshe Alama Ayana Lama Asa Ala Aya Roshaya Rastu Ayara Ramoya Lala Sala Lama Aya Gloria Sala Lama Yaneka Maloma Yaneki Alama Salam Eyala Maya Lakasala Oya salama ayala ka asalama. Shoya lalama. Oya lalama sayalama salama. Shoya lalama. Shaya lalama. Roshaya salaka ayalama. Ama ala. Ah, ashkroski. Ashkro yalama. Ashkrosk ayala. Rosk asiyashkro. Rosk sama. Ella calma, yoho so yoho, alama, ayalama, yalama, yalama, la saca, fuera la ama, ayia salama, oyo lomo, oso, yela lama, yala lama, yala lama, opo, yala lama, o yala lama, yaka, yala lama, sala, uri, yala lama, salaka, ayala, salaka, ashika, o yara, sayala, Salalaka Ashia Krusk is ask Krusk ask Krusk Yalalama Yalalama Soyo Yalalama Yalalama Shoko Yalalama Yalama Sakalari Yororomo Soyo Okororomo Soye Yalama Alalama Salaka Ayalalama Asalaka Ashaka Ask Shayavarama aka ayalala masalaka ea sana ea salaka ay oya salala mayaka ea rosia ramayala asala eri ramaso yaka ayala Kroyara sa iya alayama ay ayarama osopo I askroya tayamaya laka ayalama saya I koya soto ya tuki spitiya iska umala iska aso iska hayara hasama harai ya hasala ay halai yala hasaha yalama ek osomaya Ayalo somo yololomo soyo ololomo soyo alalama yalalama alale yalama Yararama salaka ayararama salaka ayararama salaka ayararama alarama alakama ayararama ayararama oyo soyo 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 soyo. Okay. Guidance is coming. Some of you, because of the programming, the conditioning, traumas, you believe the harshness, that um, criticalness, judgmentalness, the pushy energy, for lack of better words, you believe that it is a form of protection. You believe that it prepares you for failure or a mistake or something that you couldn't foresee. You believe that it keeps you, can't get the word, that it keeps you at the cutting edge by being that way. It keeps you one step ahead of potential disaster. But it's the opposite. So we give intention and instruction to release that belief with ease, to just let it go, to alchemize it and transmute it. We ask our light team to assist with accessing the cash, our bloodline, where that program, where that belief, where that energy is entered, first point of entry. And we set the intention to spread love and healing light. Some of you also believe it makes you weak, that it's weak to be soft and vulnerable. That's a condition, that's a program. You release that, optimize that, and transmit that into unconditional love, radical forgiveness, compassion, true strength, which is humility, softness, strength, governed and controlled by our higher heart. Rishkarayarara masalaka ayalarana alara soyarara yarara so oyalarana masalaka ayalarana ala shaka goria salala maya esheke itiki oromo osoyala ala bialama oyalarana maya ka ayas oro so os. I also want to add the intention of calming the vagus nerve, calming vagus nerve, bringing it to calm, alignment, and balance. Adrenal system, the central nervous system that may have gotten out of balance. Set the intention to release, and balance, 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 balance. Ayala, Sata Ayala Lama, Parari Ese Ishik Itiara, Oria Salala, Ayala, Oshoya Panama, Palala, Ooh, that harsh energy. If you haven't noticed, it's very masculine, very, not that anything's wrong with masculine. The masculine energy is really all about doing and action, doing and action, doing and action. And it's almost like you feel like there you're under slave labor, even though you're not in slavery. But that's the energy feeling, the demandedness of I must, I have to, I should be, it ought to be, it better be kind of energy. So to be in the ebb and the flow with our highest wisdom heart and just to surrender that flow all out without ever surrendering that flow. And we ask for reinforcement to help us to be gentle with ourselves, gentler with others, gentler with our approach to life. Perception also is often how we see something, our perception, because our perception is our reality, is what we create, it's what we see. So we're giving intention to also neutralize, optimize faulty, limiting perception, skewer perception about softness, about vulnerability, about gentleness, about quiet strength. I call it quiet strength, quiet power. Release to receive and align. All is well. Worthiness. Also recalling her. Oh gosh, yes. It always comes back. It comes back to this. These things, trauma conditioning programs that I I don't deserve. I don't deserve. I have to earn. I don't deserve. I have to earn. I don't deserve. I have to earn. I don't deserve to be soft, calm, still. I don't deserve to not wreak havoc trying to make things be the way I want them to be, make life be the way I want it to be, make others be the way I want them to be. I don't deserve to have it easy. Who am I to have it easy? I've made too many mistakes to have it easy. Alchemize and transmute that now. I ask Saint Germain, Lady Gaga, to come in on this. Transmute violet fire to transmute those energies seeds from our cellular structure, from our perception, from the ethers to the inner child, giving intention to raise our vibration, raising the vibration, raising our vibration, neutralizing, coming into neutrality, but raising our vibration into optimism, hope, compassion, gentleness, pure love and light for the soul, patience, worthy, nice consciousness, deservedness, forgiveness, mercy, whew, to the self, all directions of time and space, integrating shadow, love. These judgments, labels, needs, importance, attachments, you let it go. We alchemize discernment, attention for that, alchemizing judgment, confidence, guilt, shame, blame. Oh, yeah, that just came. Often we're carrying guilt and shame from our mistakes, and because of that, we're like, oh, I don't have a right to do this. We don't have a right because maybe we feel like we've done some devastating things and we're paying for it. And this can be subconsciously when I say this. It may not even be in our forefront awareness, but it's still energy. So we give intention to release it. And it may be inherited, maybe our cash, maybe from another creation. Give intention to transmute otherwise toxic, malevolent, or basal karmic energy. It keeps us in this mix, harsh energy, fear, judgment, control towards the self. That's not allowing the self to relax and be present or to be fully still, to be fully calm and allowance in the ebb and flow. I am peace. I embody peace. I am peace amplified on the earth. I am peace. I am peace amplified on the earth. I am more than enough. I have an infinite flow of love. I am more than enough. I am infinite, infinite, infinite love, power, worthy. I am more than enough. I have a right to deserve to find out more and my compassion for myself. I am worthy of my forgiveness. I am worthy to receive forgiveness. I am worthy, deserving of and and all our all life having all all shanti, all shanti, all shanti. Aham, em, aham, em, aham, prema, aham, prema. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Dev Namo. Om Namo Dev. So you need to know there's nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to fix. As simplistic as that sounds, I know how challenging that can be. When you are in the thick of what feels like chaos or what feels like demanding your attention or action. It's in the stillness where you find clarity and guidance from the higher heart, where you find the actions, if any, as more in resonance with what you truly desire. Not in the frantic energy, not in the chaotic machine. This is why the guidance is coming through. That meaningful, very reason in which whenever you do click on this video, whatever is strong in your heart and mind, there is nothing to do. There's nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to figure out, or rather than an allowance of unfoldment. Set your intention to allow the unfoldment as it will. That's in accordance with your higher heart and your higher wisdom and the greatest benevolent good of all that are involved in whatever that topic is. By setting your intention, you're already setting the stage. Then can't say that enough. It comes to being soft and gentle and compassionate with yourself, with others, with life. Often it starts with just the breath. Some of you don't even give yourself space for it. You told yourself you don't have time or space for it. But that too is enough. It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to go to the extent in which we did in this video. But whatever it takes, if it's sitting outside under a tree as the sun rises for 5 minutes, for all of the distractions of life, whatever works for you, whatever you're feeling pulled and drawn to, you deserve this. You have a right to this. I don't care if you are a mom of 12, 5. I don't care. And when I say I don't care, I'm not saying that I don't care. I'm saying that all the more, but you still deserve this. They will reap the better version of you. They will reap your heart-spaced love and guidance and support versus the frantic energy that they may get as a default because of your feeling spread too thin, or you feeling you don't deserve to stop for a moment, beating yourself up because you didn't figure it out. You made a mistake. You didn't have all the answers. You couldn't make everybody feel good. Let it go. Still a good parent or caretaker that listens to this. You're still a good friend, mother, daughter, father, brother, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Even when you are not figuring out everyone else's problems, fixing everybody else's problems, or having life's answers and solutions all figured out today, you still have a right to be gentle with you and gentle with life and gentle with them. Everything is energy. Balance is key. Namaste.